they are even though there's not much money, they're not doing it for money, honestly. They're doing it because they want to show the stories which the larger media, the big publications never put out.
I see.
So I think like Article 14, Maktub Media, that's where I gain back my confidence as a journalist.
Absolutely. Welcome to Postgrads. Two Columbia J School alumni walk into a bar. Arshi, what do you think the punchline should be?
The bartender asks, "What's your beat?"
And what did they say?
Damage control.
Oh wow, yeah, because Columbia do need some kind of that in recent moments.
Yes,
Yeah,
you do.
Today we have Arshi Qureshi, who graduated from MA program in 2024 and is now a freelance reporter based in New York City, who is contributing to the U.S. Sun, Breakthrough News, Past Blue, and many more. Thank you so much for joining us, Arshi.
Thank you for having me.
So, Arshi, you're an investigative reporter.
Yeah.
So, what are some skills that you think are essential for someone doing your job?
I think firstly, I would say, okay, first you need to believe in your story. There is something in this story that you have to do. Do pre-reporting. That's really important before pitching. Do plenty of pre-reporting. Talk to people. Gather as much evidence you can to pursue the story.
Yeah.
And fact check each and every line, each and every sentence.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then pitch a story so that even the editor knows, okay, there is something here. Right now I'm doing a story. It already has so much stuff, but since we have to do a lot more of it and talk to a lot of people, take the feedback, and fact check each and every filing. It's follow the money kind of story.
Yeah, I
so
see.
You have to like fact check each and everything, then only you can go, because I think at this day and age when social media is so out there, anybody can point out to anything and they can discredit you. Even if you can be one of the best reporters out there, but as a journalist, if there is one factual mistake you've done, that can discredit your entire story, which you've spent months and months on it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I think that's one thing, fact check, be truthful.
So tell us a bit more about fact checking. How do you usually go about if you're on a very tight story where every line, every statement needs to be fact checked, how do you usually go about it in this process?
So when you're talking to people, you take their comments. So you need to fact check their comments as well.
I see. Yeah.
So for example, right now we are investigating how these two companies, Geo and Core Civic, how I guess I've told you, how our 401ks are and mutual funds, we are unwittingly investing in these companies, and these companies fund ICE detention centers. So morally, for us, it's not a good thing, because we don't know whether, we should be aware where our money is going, where our hard earned money is going. So for example, in this, Geo Group had said, no, that, we treat our detainees with utmost respect and care. We provide them beds and medical and everything. This is what they have said.
Yeah.
But then you need to fact check whether, even though it's the Geo themselves are saying this, but you need to fact check whether it's true or not. So you go to their filings and all the reports. In that way, you can say even though, Geo Group said this, but this is what we've been told, and this is what our findings are.
Yeah, I see.
So you need to fact check line by line, every statement, every sentence.
Yeah. I always find fact checking to be a very fascinating part about journalism, because it is so essential, yet people who are reading the news often neglect this part of the journalism because they don't know what the behind the scenes is. I know there are major news medias who have a whole section just fact checking every statement made by the president, made by the Speaker of the House, and just this is correct, this is false, this is partially correct.
Exactly.
And I would just find that so fascinating. They're just people just collecting the receipt and seeing that if you're pulling things out of your ass or not.
Exactly.
I find that so fascinating.
Yeah, and for a report even you have to go, because when you're reporting, you are already into so many things. Sometimes you forget, sometimes you can miswrite something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So fact checking is, that's why you yourself, of course, should fact check. But if a news publication provides you fact check, well and good. I know New Yorker has their completely different section of fact checking. Once the New Yorker they do their story, then it goes fact checking. And in a lot of like publications, you also call the, whoever is your, like whoever you spoke with.
Yeah, your sources.
Yeah, your sources. Like, because to editor and everyone, you need to provide your sources.
Right, exactly.
Like, even when we did a thesis for Columbia, I don't know if it was for MS, but then you need to provide, at the bottom, all the sources, the contacts and emails, because it is real. What if something is wrong, or what if that person said something? So, and get everything on record unless it's off the records, kind of thing.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
So you are quite a busy journalist, right? Like writing short articles nearly every single day. So what does a typical day usually look like to you?
Okay, my day starts at, I go to the office, like I'm there by 8 a.m. And I'm in the office till 5 p.m. And the entire day you have to, like, for the US Sun, because it's my freelance job, so you have to write up to 5 to 6 articles, depending on your speed and how the news cycle is during that day. Yeah. But if there's a breaking news, so of course, then you keep on writing about, different angles to a breaking news. For example, once when the Michigan shooting happened, I was the only reporter during that day. Wow. It happened. So, you need to, we just only, like, somebody tweeted it, and then we need to verify whether it was, then you calling the police, but the police was like, we can't talk right now, there's situation going on, something. This, I called again to confirm whether, a shooting has happened. In that time, the police, the cop said, yes, it has. And that's when we broke, like, I with my editor, like, we broke the story. And then, but you need to keep doing, like, if it's a breaking news situation, you need to put different stories. Okay, how many people were killed? Then second story is about if a victim's family member or somebody's talking, and then if somebody has been arrested. You
told us in our previous conversation that you have experienced some hardships as a Muslim woman in India. So would you like to elaborate on a little on that, and how did you face present difficulties in your professional career?
I would say, to be honest, in US, I haven't faced anything. Like your visa issue, your immigration status, and a little bit of, less US politics knowledge, that sometimes you're not able to get a job in that sense. But still, people, I am really grateful for people who have, took a chance on me. But like back in India, as a Muslim, I'm grateful to work in places that have accepted me and have accepted my identity. Yeah. But they have accepted me because I adjust to their their kind of notion, that kind of thing. Okay, she is Muslim woman, educated, smart enough to do journalism and all that thing. But when it comes to stories, and I'm talking about not all, few of the media where I have worked, the kind of stories I would pitch them, those stories weren't picked up. So it really affected me, like mentally, like why isn't being, and even though it was a good channel, but even because of that, regardless of that, they never pick such stories. So it would really affect me. In fact, my first job that was right out of college, which I got in TV, that was a very right-wing channel. Oh, wow, yeah. But I didn't know about it.
Yeah, fair, that's fair.
I was like, oh my God, I got a job. That's my job. Right out of college. So I was like, okay, but they were nice people, like, to me.
Yeah, of course.
But that doesn't mean you will disregard the sufferings of people. Yeah. Of an entire community, or, villainize them. That's what these, like, that news channel used to do. So I think that it kept on growing, like, it made me I did not resent it, kind of thing, but it made me realize as I grew up, this is not right. Like, I'm not utilizing my power, like, as a journalist as I should. So that's when I quit and went freelance, because I wanted to do stories which really matters. And I started collaborating with smaller publications. Like, there's I think it's a small publication called Maktub Media. I would like to give them a shout out.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Maktub Media, they're one of the best, the editors, the entire team, they're one of the best people out there. It's totally run by Muslims.
Oh, wow.
From southern state of India. They were the first people who took a chance on me as a freelancer. And I'm so grateful for them. So, like, if even today, if I'm here, I would like to contribute like a part of it to Maktub Media, especially my editor at that time, Asla.
Yeah.
Such a nice, like, they're so nice people. They took chance on you. And even though they did not have that kind of money, because they were small, independent, there were no funds and anything. But whatever they could do, they did. And they did stories from smallest towns of India. They would go there, report, the reporters would do. I think those freelance writers, they are even though there's not much money, they're not doing it for money, honestly. They're doing it because they want to show the stories which the larger media, the big publications, never put out.
I see.
So I think like Article 14, Maktub Media, that's where I gained back my confidence as a journalist.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. Yeah. So your master's project, Columbia, which was published on Pittsburgh Public Source, is about a series of abuse that happened in Allegheny County Jail. So how did you come across that story all the way down in Pittsburgh?
Okay, because I knew I was really interested in doing something on crime and justice, like basically, on jails. So I was reading, like before a thesis proposal, I was reading a lot of, stories and, reports that has been done. Somehow I came across in a local publication about Allegheny County Jail. It was covered a lot. But I started speaking to activists who are against, basically supporting the detainees who are there and have been mistreated. So I got in contact with the activist of these abolitionist center. And then they told me about all these physical and sexual assaults going on in this county jail. These are like pretrial detainees. So they connected me with this one detainee called Aaron. He's the main character of my story, Aaron. And how then I spoke with him. I think that was while doing this. I had never done this before, speaking to an inmate.
Yeah, well.
Like on the app, they have this GTL app.
Wow.
So you get their booking number. Yeah, that's how I found the story. I spoke with the editor, and like 2 days before, I found the story. I spoke with the activist and everything. Then I submitted my proposal, and I did the story. I went to Pittsburgh. I went to the Allegheny County Jail. It was my first time. I had always seen a jail in movies.
Yeah.
With those people wearing orange.
Right, exactly.
Uniform.
Was it really like that?
It was.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was so exciting for me. I was like, because I'm like so like short, and I'm like, oh my God.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I went inside the jail. You have to, of course, take all the permissions, and you have to tell why you're here. So I went inside the jail. So like, there's this glass window kind of thing where you can speak with the inmates.
That's also what we see on movies.
Yes. This is really interesting.
Absolutely.
And then eventually, like, this was my thesis. It was a whole profile. But when I started pitching the story, nobody took it because they thought, I don't know why they didn't take it, but anyway. But then I reached out to Public Source for job.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I said, I emailed the editor, Rich Lord. I said, hi, like, I'm looking for a job. If you have any, I would love to, be part, and these are my work done. And then he said, oh, sorry, we do not have any opening, but in future, if we have, I'll let you know. But then I was like, okay, this was my last ditch attempt to publish my, I was like, okay, by the way, I don't know whether you like this thesis or not, but I wrote on Allegheny County Jail if you would like to read it. He was like, sure, send it over. He actually read it, came back to me, and he said, oh, I loved it and would like to take this as your pitch.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's how, we did
Gotcha. So while reporting on the article, like you touched a little bit about that. Like, did you have some particularly difficult interviews, or were there some really tough sources that you have to reach?
Yes. So it was for inmates majorly.
Yeah.
They actually told me a lot of things about this one particular sergeant officer. Who had, and we also filed a RT, like, couple of RTKs to get more information on him, like how he has 7 years of his duty, he had 7 lawsuits, multiple lawsuits against him. So, but like when talking to the inmates, it was like the gory details they tell you.
Yeah.
So that's really, I mean, you have to listen to it, and
Right.
you have to make yourself numb. Like all this happened to them. So that was a difficult part. One good thing about this, like after this story was published, so there's this another inmate. Their lawyers after, and they also mentioned our story in it. I mean, it was impactful.
Yeah.
One more lawsuit was filed against that officer.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. He needs to. He
Yeah.
kind of deserves.
So it was like I was kind of happy, like, okay, you know, our story made an impact.
Made an impact, exactly. Yeah.
After that, one more, like, I mean, somebody also came out against this officer.
I mean, that's the ultimate goal of the journalist, right? You write on articles and you're hoping to make a positive impact on people. Yeah. So, and you also wrote a very thorough report on the Trump administration's new H-1B policies. Would you give us like a quick synopsis of what's going on? Why is this issue important?
It's H-1B. I think it's important for, of course, a lot of Asian, like South Asian, South Asian and Asian people, Southeast Asians, a lot of them, like mostly in tech, mostly in tech, they take it, like they have H-1Bs. So when this news came out, like from, and they earlier they did not clarify that the 100,000 fee, like this fee, would be implemented from next lottery year.
Okay, yeah.
So that was confusion. A lot of people were confused about it. There was so much confusion, and that's when the press secretary, she tweeted out saying, "Oh no, this is for 100,000. It is for next year. It won't be people who currently have H-1B. They won't be affected."
Yeah.
So yeah, but in my story, what we did, like how it is affecting mostly South Asians, and how billionaires, their companies are run mostly by, I don't know if I should say like mostly, but yeah, the people who have H-1Bs.
Yeah.
Their companies are run by these billionaires. But these billionaires, they themselves are funding the far-right organization who are against H-1B, who are against immigration. So this is kind of like hypocritical of the billionaires themselves. That, you know, like you are the ones, you are utilizing brain draining people, engineers, doctors, engineers from maybe from India or Pakistan, China, using their expertise there in this country. And basically we covered this, you know, how there is racism against South Asians, particularly Indians. Like if you see social media, it has risen so much. And from this and that's why this H-1B thing also came out. You know, there's so much hate and racism against them.
Yeah. When I saw like you attributed the rise of South Asian racism into 4chan, I was like, I let out a huge, of course, like every time we talk about something racist happening, 4chan is always mentioned.
Yeah, it is.
It just like it's
so well documented. Like so much racism. But recently there has been so much, like I think in past 1 year or 2 years, it has increased to, like, even if a normal person, like a common person would post something on Instagram, there will be, and it's like a public account and it goes viral. There will be so many racist comments against them. I mean, it's so disheartening.
Yes, I've seen that. I've seen so many of that.
So like, why do you need to do that? India is such a vast country.
Oh yeah, of course.
You have so many different dialects. You have so many states. People, firstly, they're speaking your language, English, and if they're speaking, of course, they're going to speak in their dialect. You know, they're going to speak in an accent. What's the need of making fun of that?
I never see the reason of making fun of accents, because having an accent does not indicate any capacity of your ability to speak English.
Exactly.
I heard people with heavy accent that speak very eloquent and very, very fluent English that it's like the content that matters. I don't think attacking accent is just such a shallow way of, being stupid, being racist.
Yeah. And it has been created by Western media, these kind of stereotypes, and it never went away.
And here's the thing, when we were just talking about accent, I thought about something. There's this I have seen this Chinese singing show, right? It's like about like operas and like musical theaters and whatever, like those like like more artsy kind of singings. And then of course in that like they were performing a lot of English songs, like because like musical theaters, operas and whatnot, those are a lot of English language songs. And of course the singers sometimes have a Chinese accent. And there are people saying that, okay, now the Chinese accent singing that song doesn't sound right. And then you're not gonna say a single thing if it were a French or Italian
Exactly.
accent.
That is racism. Like if there's a white country, they'll be like, oh my God, so lovely,
That's
so cute.
elegant.
That looks so cute.
I know, right?
You sound so cute. Even they're speaking French, English, Italian English, German English, also nice.
Exactly.
But if it's an Asian,
yeah,
it's like
suddenly there's a problem.
Yeah.
So we're approaching the end of the interview,
Yeah.
where I want to leave the last question for you. Typically at the end of our show, we usually give our guests a prompt to just monologue away. So I do want to give you this prompt. What would you say to the Arshi that are like a few years ago, maybe still in India, still trying to figure out like how to work around in this country, still trying to come to the US, and what do you want to say to your younger self?
I would say like, just don't cry. Things will be fine. Like it will change, and like believe in your decision. Like you need to do not doubt yourself. I would like to say this, like, and just stop crying.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's fantastic. Yeah, and that's Arshi Qureshi, and stay tuned.